हरि ओम। ओम कृष्णानंद मुकुंद मुरारे वामन माधव गोविंदा जय श्री हरि केशव राघव विष्णु लक्ष्मी नारायण नरसिंहा।
Hi everyone, welcome to Truly Divine. Dr. Padma here today to explain to you the reason for Sri Krishna Avatar, the preparatory method of little Krishna's favorite snack called Kaimurukku, and the meaning for the phrases 5 and 6 of Sri Krishna Ashtakam. Lord Krishna is one of the most powerful incarnations of Lord Vishnu. In Dwapar Yuga, when Mother Earth was in distress due to mischievous, adharmic, and cruel acts of so many demons and rakshas, she approached Lord Brahma to take help. Mother Earth took the form of a cow and told Lord Brahma, the creator god of Hinduism, about increasing devil's activities, and there is no peace, order, and dharma on the earth. If it continues for long, then the faith of mankind will be lost in divinity of God. Lord Brahma, together with Lord Shiva and other devas, approached Lord Vishnu. On hearing from them, Lord Vishnu assured Mother Earth that he would incarnate and relieve the world from Asuric forces, to deliver the boys and to punish the miscreants, to re-establish the principles of dharma in the world. Therefore, Lord Vishnu created Krishna by using a portion of his potency to establish dharma on earth. He was born in Dwapara Yuga to Devaki and Vasudeva so as to teach humanity the true meaning of dharma, the significance of karma, that is work and action, and to enlighten the path of bhakti, that is devotion. Perhaps of all avatars, Sri Krishna Avatar is regarded as Sampurna Avatar of Lord Vishnu. So next, now I have explained to you the simple and interesting preparatory method of Kaimurukku, one of the favorite snack of infant Krishna. So let us see and hope all of you will try it.
Hi everyone. As we all know that Lord Krishna's favorite snack is Kaimurukku, let us see how to prepare Kaimurukku for today. The major ingredients of Kaimurukku are 1 cup of raw rice flour, 2 tablespoon heaps of urad dal flour. The tablespoon type is this, what I have used. I have taken 2 tablespoon heaps of urad dal flour. Same 2 tablespoon of butter. If butter is available, you can use butter, or else you can go for ghee. The main purpose of using butter is for that crispiness, the crunchiness of Kaimurukku. The next one is the asafoetida powder, and this is of course the salt. So, for the preparation of dough, it is necessary for you to prepare fresh raw rice flour. So let me tell you how to prepare fresh raw rice flour. For the so far as your Sri Jayanti is concerned, we are not supposed to use the materials what the raw rice flour available from shop. Why? Because we are going to offer it to Lord Krishna. We are supposed to use only homemade one. So for that, how to prepare the raw rice flour? Let me explain to you. You just take 1 cup of raw rice. You soak it for about 2 hours in water. Later, you filter all the water from the raw rice, and then you spread it in a sheet of sheet, or even cotton cloth. Allow it to dry for some time, and once that it gets fully dried, you take it to the mixer and you grind it into powder. You sieve it gently and collect that powder, separate the coarse materials from it, and once again you put that coarse material inside the mixer, grind it until it becomes powder, collect that powder for preparation of the duff. Likewise, urad dal preparation also can be, urad dal flour preparation can also be made very fresh. How it can be done is, you take the urad dal in a kadai and then fry it, let it become light brown color or golden color, or else you can even identify it by the aroma. The aroma smells very nice, so that good aroma, you wait until, or you fry until you get good aroma from the urad dal. So that is the correct time where you have to stop frying it further. You just put that fried urad dal you transfer it in a plate, you allow it to dry for some time, and then put it in the mixer. Once again grind it into powder. You sieve that powder and collect the flour, urad dal flour. Likewise, the coarse material which is available after some time, that is after the sieving, you need not waste it. Rather, you once again put inside the mixer, grind it well until it becomes powder, and that flour you can add it for the preparation of, along with this ingredients, you can add that flour also for the preparation of duff. Next one is the salt. You can either add the salt. Say some people you have the practice of along with all these ingredients like raw rice flour, urad dal flour, butter, asafoetida powder, salt, and along with these ingredients they have some the practice of adding the sesame seeds. The sesame seeds usually are not promoted to add at the time of especially at the time of celebration of Lord Krishna's Janmashtami. Why? Because but it differs from one family to another family. If traditionally if they follow adding the sesame seeds on Sri Jayanti festivals, you can add that. You can confirm it with your elders, family elders like your grandma, mom and all, and you consult with them, confirm, and then you can add the sesame seeds. Or else some other day apart from this occasion or festival events, you just have it as a evening snack. For that you can use the sesame seeds. Else it is not encouraged or promoted to use sesame seeds at the time of Sri Jayanti celebration, because we are going to offer it as prasad to Lord Krishna. Usually it is not encouraged. So we don't usually use the sesame seeds for this Kai Murukku preparation. So I am not using it today. So for the preparation of the Kai Murukku, let us see how to prepare the duff. So one more thing you have to know. For the beginners, you can first try with a small cup of raw rice flour rather than going it for the complete cup like this, bigger one. And while adding the salt also, directly if you have practiced, you can add it directly, or else you can make a salt solution and then add to the ingredients along with other ingredients. I'll tell you how to prepare the salt solution. You just take a bowl or a container, you just heat water and then add at least 2 tablespoons of salt inside it. So after adding, what happens, you just boil it for some time, and until the salt gets dissolved in it, that boiled salt water you keep it aside, and when it becomes a little bit warm, you can start using it for the preparation of duff, right? So you just see how I am preparing the duff. So you add the first ingredient, as I told you, the fresh raw rice preparation method. So such raw rice is prepared. You add that raw rice flour, and then the 2 tablespoon heaps of urad dal flour. And I also told you how to prepare the fresh urad dal flour. So you add that, and then you add the 2 tablespoon, or even you can add more than that. It depends upon your wish. Like it should be very crunchy or it should be very crispy, then you need to add more. But see to that it should not break. The duff should not crack or break. Too much of addition also leads to that. So you better be careful. And that is as far as kai muruk is concerned, you must first of all be very cautious enough in preparation of the duff. Duff matters a lot. The composition, the consistency matters a lot for kai muruk, or else it will burst. So you be careful whenever you prepare the duff. It should not be too much watery and it should not be too much hard also. So that composition is very, very important. So you can just add the butter. See, I have added the butter, and now you can add the pinch of asafoetida powder like this. After adding asafoetida powder, you can add the salt also, pinch of salt also to it. So the pinch of salt you can add like this. It depends upon your wish. As I told you, you can add either as a salt solution, or you can add as salt as such directly. So once when you get practice, you can add directly the salt and then mix it well. See how I am mixing. So while adding the salt, you put all the ingredients together, mix it, and you can prepare the solution. Uniformly mixed together to form the duff. So for duff preparation, should be very, very careful in this way. Like you add water slowly. Should not be more. It should be to some extent. We must prepare the duff. It should be very smooth and loose, so that we can make the swirls out of this flour while preparing the kai muruk. So for that, you mix all the ingredients uniformly, and then you add water little by little, so that the duff is prepared to the correct composition. See here, it should be sprinkled like this. Water should not be poured as you are preparing for, as like your dosa maav preparations. It should not be done like that. It should be sprinkled like this, little by little, so that the duff is prepared the correct composition. So let me show you how to prepare the duff. So this is how you prepare the duff. The duff is prepared. See, add water and make it to a smooth pliable duff like this. Two things you should be careful. The duff prepared should not be very hard, and it should not have any cracks also. It should be very loose enough to make the murukku like this. It should be loose enough to make murukku, and every now and then you can even grease your hands with water as well as oil for making the swirls out of this muruk duff. Take small balls like this. Take small ball and make twist muruk in a clean cotton cloth like this. grease your hands with the water or even oil every now and then while making the murukku, which helps easy flowing of swirl. Also, while making swirl, make it sure you hold your hand little bit higher. You can even reduce the size now. Little bit higher. Let the murukku strand hand in that, making twist swirls easy like this. So when it is not greasy, you can leave like this. See how it is made. Like this, slowly you have to twist the soles coming out. Unless the duff is very smooth enough, you will not get it. So the duff prepared should be smooth, pliable one. And it should be loose enough. You can touch every now and then water, or you can grease it with oil also, whichever you find it convenient. It is somewhat tricky, but you can learn it. By practice, you can make it even more thinner or thicker, or the circles also counts now. You can increase or decrease depending upon the practice what you have. Even our grandma used to prepare with different kolam also, using the sky murukku. She will prepare different patterns of rangoli also with kai murukku. You can offer it to your little Radhis and Krishnas at home. So like this they will enjoy it really. If it is various patterns and designs na, like rangoli if you prepare, my grandma used to prepare for us. We used to enjoy like anything. Celebrating Krishna Jayanti, she prepares kai murukku, all different rangolis, kola murukku and all. It will be very crispy and yummy, tasty. So this all children will like very much. When compared to the other murukku, which we usually call it as tengulal, it is not considered as murukku. It is tengulal. For us only kai murukku is called as murukku. The other one is tengulal. Other people used to refer it as murukku, but it is often known in our tradition way of calling this to be as kai murukku. The other one is simply tengulal, or it is another murukku. But this kai murukku tastes yummy and all children will really like. So the preparation of duff matters a lot. Should not prepare it very hard, or it should not have any crack in it, or else you will not get like this smoother way of this patterns na, the swirls cannot be made. So the twist swirls should be easy. So for that, loosey way. Like this you can keep on preparing the duff. And then what you have to remember is you touch with the water, or you can grease your fingers with oil or water, so that you will get this swirl murukku, the twist comes easy. That is the strand hand. One thing you must remember, you keep your hand little bit higher, so that the the swirls, the twist comes out easier way, like this. You can practice it. It's a tricky way, but you can learn it easily, so that you can. So this is one of the very favorite Kai Murukku. Lord Krishna likes it a lot, and even our own little Krishna and Radhis at home will like it most when compared to the other snacks, whatever we prepare, other recipes, whatever we prepare. This recipe preparation is very simple. Once again, you just recall, that is 1 cup of rice, raw rice flour, then 2 tablespoons of urad dal flour, pinch of asafoetida, and salt and butter. That's all. You just make a duff in such a way that it is very smooth, pliable one, and it should not, the duff prepared should not have any cracks, or it should not be very hard also. So you can prepare the Kai Murukku in this way. Hardly takes 20 minutes of time for this preparation. So after preparing all other items, as I mentioned in the previous videos, like the vada, Tirukannamadu, that means the payasam, and seeda, jaggery seeda. The recipe is already given in the previous video. You can even check. You can prepare that jaggery seeda, and you can go for this murukku, Kai Murukku. So Kai Murukku you can do like this. The easy and very delicious, yummy, is favorite. Krishna is very fond of this Kai Murukku, and easier way you can prepare. After preparing all murukkus, you can just keep the kadai, and you can place, put all this one by one. Once the oil is little bit heated, you check, and then you can put one by one. Use the dosa flipper for taking this murukku from this cloth. Dosa flipper is there na at home. You can use that for taking this murukku from this cloth. So let me prepare all this duff, entire murukku, and then I will show you how to fry the murukku. So out of 1 cup of rice flour, I have got 12 numbers of murukku. Of course, it depends upon the number of concentric ring circles what you draw, what you make by twisting the flour. So now let us see how to take it from the cloth. We are going to use this dosa flipper for taking the murukku from the cloth, and then we will boil it using this sort of spoons, bigger one. Right. I have taken the murukkus from the white cloth there. Now soon after, you place a kadai and take some amount of oil and let it heat up. Once it got heated up, you just make it slim the flame and you can take it, don't drop it like that itself. Be bit careful enough while putting it inside the oil. You should be very much careful that the spoons or the things, flippers what we use should not have any water. So immediately when you place it, if oil is there, it will blast. So be careful enough that everything should be dried first, and take the murukku from it, and then soon after you can check like this. If heat is there in your hands, soon after it is heated up, you can place the, you wait until then it gets heated up. So once it gets heated up, you sim the flame and then place one murukku like this slowly. So that it will be seen like this. So unless it is fried, it will come out of the flipper what we use now. So you wait until it comes out, comes up like this. You leave it for some time in the kadai and wait, so that once if it gets boiled, fried, it will automatically come up. So you need not push it. So like that you can place each and every spoons one by the other, like this. So once it is fried, it will come up like this slowly, and that ish sound stops. It means that it is fried. So you have to wait for some time. Be a bit slow, don't be in a hurry, be very careful whenever you are dropping anything, whether it is seedai or whether it is murukku or whatever it is. Be bit careful enough to, you need a little bit of patience to wait until the oil gets boiled and even the murukku or seedai are getting fried up. So once it is fried, see here, it has come like this. It will float like this. It will float like this. From it is come out from the flipper and it is floating like this, you see. So you have to wait until then leave it like this. It is done. One murukku is done. Likewise, the next one, you place it like this. So you have to wait until it comes out. See here, if the oil is boiled at correct heat, it will automatically, soon after you place, it will come out like this and it will start boiling. So you can leave this flipper also and keep it here. Next one is this. So you can leave this also like this inside the oil like this. Now I have left two. The first one has got completely fried. See that ish sound will go, that bubbles which is coming out here, the bubbles which is coming out here will slowly fade away like that. So once if it is fully finished, so you can get like this nicely golden brown color. Both the sides it is understood like it is fully fried. Both the sides you just give a turn like this. So it will be completely fried. You wait for some time, it will be completely fried. This also, see, it is still having that ish sound with all this bubbles coming out. So that means it takes time. Whereas this one is stopped, you see, completely stopped when compared to these two. This is getting fried, this is completely boiled. That means this is over. This is the right stage for it to take it away. Both, see, golden brown color. Both the sides it will be like that. So this is the right time we can take it. Likewise, depending upon the amount of oil what you pour, the number of murukku what you drop, you can increase the count. Since I have just poured this much of oil, little bit I have taken, so I am just doing it with 2 murukku. If you have got a bigger kadai, you can even go for increase in oil amount, and even the number of murukku what you drop can be greater in number. So see here, still it is baking. Both the sides, if they give a turn like this, once the first upper part is getting fully fried, we just reverse it like this, so that the lower part also gets. The indication is that each sound should get stopped. Until then, it is getting burnt. So if you sim the flame alone, you will have this sort of things done. Or else, if you keep it at a higher speed, what will be the thing is, the crispy thing you will not get. Whereas these are all the drawbacks that you should be very much careful while doing it. So if your water, if you add whatever water you add, it will be there, is much more enough immediately. Or if the duff is very watery, and if it is hard, or even if it is having crack and all, it will blast once when you put. So be careful enough in the making of the duff. It should be smooth, pliable duff, whatever you make. Likewise, the oil, once you when you heat the oil, it should be heated up at a particular temperature, and then you sim it. You just keep your hands here, the top to some extent, and feel the oil's heat. So that is the correct stage. So that once if it is getting heated up, you sim the flame of your stove, and then start dropping the murukku like this, how I told you, keeping it in the flippers. You just keep it inside the oil, be away from the kadai, so that it, even if it start blasting, you will be in the safer side. So you drop it slowly, sim, that is very very important. You sim the flame, and then you drop the murukku. Once the ish sound stops, you fry it until the ish sound stops. So the bottom layer will get fried first. Just give a turn like this, so that the top layer of the murukku will be fried too. So if it is not fried, wait for some time. Just follow the same procedure. Turn it upside down like this. Once the ish sound of this oil gets finished, that means it is completely fried. So once when you drop it with using the flipper there, you will see that you can leave it like that itself. So the murukku will start coming from the lower side, that is from the bottom of the oil till the surface. That means it is fried at the bottom. So once when it comes up, you just give a turn like this, it will be fried totally. So that's it. So you just do it for the entire murukku. So now you see how nicely golden brown color. The murukku is very crispy also. So you should not taste it as far as prasadam is concerned. You offer to God, and then you can give it to kids. Kids will not resist it. They think once when they see this sort of yummy kai murukku being made, right? So before offering the prasad to Lord Krishna, let us have a recap. The ingredients for the preparation of kai murukku are 1 cup of raw rice flour, 2 tablespoons of urad dal flour, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 tablespoon of asafoetida, salt water, and oil for deep frying. The procedure is, you soak rice for at least 2 hours and drain the water, spread and spread it in a clean cloth in order to absorb the excess water. Grind it to a fine powder in a mixer. Sieve the flour and do it in a very gentle manner. Likewise, fry the urad dal flour until nice aroma comes out of it, and use it for the preparation of duff. Mix rice flour, urad flour, butter, asafoetida and salt well along with water. Add water and make it into a smooth pliable duff. See to that the duff should not have any cracks. Also, you have to take care that more amount of water should not be added. So you have to sprinkle and add water little by little so that it should be loose enough to make the murukku. Take small ball and make twist murukku in a clean cotton cloth. Grease your hands every now and then with water while making the murukku, which helps easy flowing of swirls. And heat oil in a kadai and drop 3 to 4 at a time. You can use the dosa flipper for taking the murukku from the cloth. Cook it in a medium flame. Flip the murukku after it floats on top and until the sound ceases away. Fry until both sides are evenly cooked up to golden brown in color. Golden color or golden brown in color. So this is as such the procedure for making the kai murukku. Let us now offer it to Lord Krishna. Kanna Kanna Ananda Kanna Ola Kulal Konde Odiva Kanna 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 Ananda Kanna Ola Kulal Konde Odiva Kanna Devagi Tandador Kanmani Kanna Ananda Kanna Odiva Kanna Devagi Tandador Kanmani Kanna Ananda Kanna Odiva Kanna 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 Ananda Kanna Ola Kulal Konde Odiva Kanna. Likewise, we can offer the prasad called Kai Murukku to Lord Krishna by telling Achyudaya Namaha, Anandaya Namaha, Sriman Narayana Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Sagalam Krishnarpanam. Thank you.
As I have already explained to you the meanings of phrases from 1 to 4 of Sri Krishnashtakam in the previous videos, and the links of which are provided in this video's description also, we have our little Radhe named Lalitambal to present to you the phrases of 5 and 6 of Sri Krishnashtakam now.
Padmapatraksham Neelajivuna Sannibam Yadavanam Siroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Rukmani Keli Samyuktam Pidambara Susobitam Avapta Tulasi Gantam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Here we go with the meanings of the phrases 5 and 6 of Sri Krishnashtakam. Phrase 5, Utfulla Padma Patraksham Neelajimuta Sannibam Yadavanam Shiroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Now the meanings. Utfulla Padma Patraksham means, O Lord, the one whose eyes look like bloomed lotus petals. Padma means lotus petals, Patraksham. Neelajimuta Sannibam means whose body resembles like the dark blue clouds. Yadavanam Shiroratnam, the one who is the crest gem, the greatest one among the Yadav clan. Ratnam is a gem which is considered to be the greatest one among all the gems. Just like that, Shri Krishna is considered to be the crest gem among the Yadav clan. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Lord Krishna, I bow to you, the Guru of the world. Now the next. Phrase 6. Rukmani Keli Samyuktam Pidambara Shushobitam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Now the meaning. Rukmani Keli Samyuktam means the Lord who is engaged in playing with his beloved wife Rukmani. Pidambara Shushobitam, and the one who is adorned and is very attractive and impressive through being richly colorful with yellow garments called Pidambaram. Pidambaram is a yellow colored silk garment woven with gold. Avapta Tulasi Gandham, the one who attracts to the scent of Tulasi. Tulsi is oxymum, the sacred smell. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. O Lord Krishna, I bow to you, the Guru of the world. So, the last two phrases of Sri Krishnastakam will be explained in the next upcoming videos. Till then, Om Krishna Nanda Mugunda Murare Vamana Madhava Govinda Jai Shri Hari Kesava Raghava Vishnu Lakshmi Narayana Narasimha. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.